now's his time
to sing.
sing.
I've thought of it.
3,
Two,
2, 1.
one.
Hello everyone!
Hello.
H2O busking viewers. Today we have this amazing gentleman Reagan!
Hi. Thank you for this invitation.
I'd like to thank Reagan for accepting this invitation because he is at the moment preparing for his DSE, so this is like precious time he's giving us. But I really wanted to invite him to share what he has gone through from G10. I've been teaching him from G10 till G12, and I've seen such improvement in this amazing gentleman. Okay, so I have a few questions, and then Reagan will just share with us. So, first of all, I like to say that in G10, he was like, he does not know what I'd be up there on. I'd be giving instructions and then telling students, oh, what they need to do, and then he would be telling me, what do we need to do? Many times, okay.
Yeah.
But now he's amazing. Okay. The quality of work he submits and the way he interacts with his peers and with me, full of confidence. He's very well aware of what's going on around him. He submits his projects, assignments on time, so that is amazing. So first question, Reagan,
Yes.
would be what mindset did you have when you were in G10? What was your attitude, or generally, what can you describe? What were you like?
So in G10, I wasn't necessarily a very lazy student, but I was a very clueless student. I actually placed a lot of emphasis on my sports career and my development back then, but I sort of neglected my performance in the classroom. That being said, after class at home, I would study very hard. I wasn't very efficient with it, but I still wanted to do well. The only problem was I didn't have the discipline to do well inside the classroom during class. So I would give off the impression of being very clueless and very lazy in class. And in general, I feel like if you are truly motivated and truly disciplined in your nature, no matter what environment you immerse yourself in, you will be very disciplined, very attentive, very quick with details, and very subordinate to the teachers, and carry out their instructions very well. So that was something I did not do well back when I was in G10, and I've changed quite a bit. And I would say it is important to go through that one chapter in your life where you are clueless, because you can only really find yourself after you're kind of lost. If everything's been going too well, if you've been too good of a student all along, you don't really learn some important things from the hardships you experience. So that's my insight on my G10 life.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Moving on, we really want to know like what inspired you to, or did somebody inspire you, or did any event or certain mindset that inspired you to change? I remember talking to you, and then there was something.
Yeah. I remember in G10, I always had that inclination to change within me, but I didn't know how to express it through habits. So I always wanted to be a good student, a great athlete, do well in everything to make myself proud, make my parents proud, make my teachers proud, but I didn't really know how to do it. So back during G10, as I said, I was quite lost and quite clueless. I started becoming tired of being clueless and lost. I got tired of doing poorly in class, got tired of not being respected by myself, and that drove my willingness to change. And without feeling inadequate, I didn't have that motivation to implement changes into my life. So along the way, I would say my biggest inspiration was myself, the envisioned version of myself that 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 would inspire me. So when I was in G10, I envisioned myself to be a much better athlete, a much better student, much more confident and proud leader, and that version of myself I could foresee, but it also inspired me to work to become that very version of myself. And also, I also sought motivation externally. So one of the figures that inspired me a lot was Kobe Bryant. He Unfortunately, he has passed away, but he was one of the best basketball players of all time, and he really inspired me with his Mamba mentality, because what he preached was working to become the best version of yourself every single day. That is really how you really change. You change a little bit every day, incremental changes, and then over the course of a year, you're completely a different person. So that's what drove me to start doing these things in G10. So now in G11, G12, I'm a completely different person. But that couldn't have been done if I didn't have the reinforcement and the validation from many other famous figures that became successful from their mindset and from hard work and self-reflection. So
well said.
Yeah.
Well said. Wow. That's amazing. Yeah, it's true. Like if we change a little bit, it's manageable.
Yes.
And you've done it. And it's
Well, I
only
haven't done it completely yet.
No,
There's still a long way to go. Back when I was
humble.
No, I'm not humble. But back when I was still in G12, I would say my habits improved a lot, but I would still have some bad habits of procrastination. And in class, if I was told to do something, I wouldn't do it right away. I would kind of stall on it, and then do it a little bit, and then stop for a bit, and then do it. Now that I've gone through the mocks and all this stuff, I've realized the importance of just doing things right away and time management. That's what school when you have to bear the responsibilities, go to school and then go to practice and this stuff. Your ability to manage your time becomes a lot worse because you have so many responsibilities. But when you have time off, but you have to use that time wisely to study for the mocks, you learn to manage your time and to do things right away and not to waste a single minute of your life.
Okay, that is so important. Procrastination, right? Moving on would be the biggest challenge that you actually overcame. So over the years, so you can describe it and how you actually.
So the biggest challenge I had to overcome was my feeling of self-doubt and some inadequacies. I mean, I've always been raised to be confident in who I am and to understand that there's no replicas of who I am, there's only one of who I am. But I've always sometimes felt doubt in my sports career and in school because I felt like I couldn't, there were certain things I couldn't achieve. But then as time went on, I've realized that doubting yourself really doesn't benefit you in any way. And so there's no really good point in doubting. As Kobe Bryant once said, all you have to do is just do the work, improve, and work ethic eliminates self-doubt. That's what Michael Jordan said. But the important thing I realized over the years is that unexpected things can happen to you, and you can go from zero to hero just by performing well in one match or doing well in one exam. So you shouldn't put constraints on yourself or doubt yourself in what you can achieve, because the sky's the limit. There's so much you can achieve. We all have our weaknesses and our strengths, but the act of doubting yourself really would hinder your confidence. And when you have constrained confidence, your ability to do what you're good at goes down, and it can go back as simple as one match. If you have the confidence to do well in a basketball match or a football match, and then you have the confidence, you do really well, and then somehow you get a lot of recognition for it, but it's only because you have the confidence. If you don't have the confidence, then you play timid. You don't take shots. You don't take risks. You just pass the ball to your teammate and then let them shine. Then even if you have the ability, you couldn't get the recognition. You couldn't do well in the game because you don't feel good. So it really has to come down to the work ethic, and then eliminating the noise, eliminating external opinions and noise, and just becoming better and better every day. And slowly that doubt or those feelings of, oh, I'm not good enough, they'll go away.
Yeah, because there'll be more evidence that you're actually good.
And evidence that you're good is directly linked to confidence.
Yes. And you probably need to fake it till you make it.
Yeah, in some ways you do, because people will call you delusional for the goals you set for yourself if they think it's too high. But really, your goals only have to make sense to you, not to other people.
Exactly. And if they don't really believe in you,
it's really their own reflection of people don't believe in other people only because they really don't believe in themselves strong enough. If you have a mind of steel and you can block out the noise, that is one of the greatest tools for self-improvement.
It's amazing. That's a very useful tool, even for adults, right?
Yeah.
Now, lastly, it would be before you sing. Lastly, what habit or what routines have you have actually helped you to succeed? Like, if you have to share one thing, what would you share with the viewers?
I would share that habits you do every single day can really alter your perception of yourself in a good way. You know, every day you change a little small thing about your routine or your habits. Over time, those small changes really do sprout into something a lot bigger. So, for example, if you start going to the gym once a week, or you start making your bed every day, or you start cooking for yourself every day, over time, your sense of self-respect it expands. It translates into other aspects of your life, making yourself more disciplined and creating a much stronger version of yourself. And this stronger version of yourself will drive you closer and closer to your goals and to the success that you want. But really, I would say that self-improvement is not linked to things that you are good at, but it is linked to who you are. And I believe who you are as a teenager a lot comes down to what you do, your actions, your habits every single day. So first become the person that you want to become, and I believe the self-improvement and the changes will follow. So that's what I would suggest to people who want to change. You know, I feel like you can start changing as long as you believe you can.
That's a little bit at a time.
Yeah, a little bit at a time. It's not as hard as you think. It just takes longer than you think. But when you start changing and you do it for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, then you can do it for a year, you can do it for 2 years, and you can do it for a whole lifetime. Probably, I think.
Thank you so much. So before he sings for us, he's gonna sing a positive song, something that encourages him or something that he likes. We'd like to thank Regan for sharing his amazing tips on how anyone, basically. Okay? At first, this interview was for maybe your junior, your students in the same school, right?
Okay.
Yeah. But I think even adults, anyone can take his advice, and the way he presents his ideas, very confident. I'd say very Regan.
Yeah.
He totally has his own style right now,
yeah.
right?
For real.
For real, yes. Yeah. Amazing. So, now it's time to
sing. I mean, I could sing for like a few seconds.
Yeah,
but
a few seconds
I
is
feel like
fine.
if I sing for over 10 seconds, it'll just completely damage my aura. Maybe like you raise me up, because
You
everyone.
raise me up so
Well, that's really
I
good.
can stand on
On
mountains.
mountains,
You raise me up to walk on stormy seas.
I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. Really nice.
Yay! Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you for
Successful.
Thank you for the 3 years of teaching me and your
Oh.
patience.
Patience? You needed patience?
Thank you for tolerating my bickering with my best friends in class.
Even your neighbor.
Yeah.
I hope you'll watch this clip.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much.
希望錄到啦。Always stretching.
Yeah.
Always stretching.
Always have to be. That's why I'm never injured. Unlike my friends. I'm never injured.